Guys, it's the Chook Man here once again. These are towels I collect. This one's got Coca-Cola on it. And what I do is I pin them to the ceiling of my lounge room. So there's a Coca-Cola towel that's never been used. Pretty big one. I'd say it's a beach towel. So it's amazing what one person can collect, yeah? And as I said, you've got to have some sort of hobby to keep your mind occupied. You know, with me, with my PTSD, I've got to keep on top of it at all times, because if I don't, I won't be around here much longer, you know what I mean? Even though I've got a good partner, Sophia, that supports me, and I've got a loving fur baby over there. It's the sound of sleep. I just gave him a bone. Sound asleep on the chair. He sits on that chair. He loves sitting on chairs. So yeah, that's so you got the wrestling one here. That's another towel. And what I do is I just hang them to the roof, because back in the 70s when we were younger, that's what we used to do. Hang stuff from the roof and decorate your rooms out with memorabilia stuff. Who would have thought that some of this memorabilia stuff could be worth a bit of money in years to come? I'm not just talking about towels, I'm talking about anything. This is a Ned Kelly towel I've had for a long time. Such is life. He wasn't wrong when he said that. So yeah. So it's amazing what one person can collect. I've got into the trucks, collectible trucks and cars and you name it, I collect it. And to all the people out there that sell me stuff, thank you very much. I do appreciate it, even though my brain seems to be all over the shop. Yeah, I'm into collecting the statues as well. I'm into collecting these because simple reason is the Indians are very spiritual. They talked to Mother Nature. They prayed in their own way. And, yeah, it's just sad what happened to the American Indians. Beautiful people, very spiritual people, and they can heal you too. Would have been interesting to be around when the Indians were here. You know, they weren't just a movie. People thought they were a movie, but they're not. They're real people. And this is how they dressed. Same with the cowboys. They were real people that used to ride horses and shoot guns and be a cowboy. Yeah, so it's a big wide world when you're collecting stuff. You know, thank God for collecting and having some sort of interest, because I wouldn't be here today if I didn't collect. You know, I love collecting stuff. Call it hoarding, call it whatever you want. You name it, it's in here. If I ever win Tats Lotto, I'm going to be buying myself a big shed, a lockable shed, and I'm going to be putting it out in my front yard, and it's all going to be locked up. I'll put a concrete floor down, you know, because I want to get right into collecting these collectible machines as well. You know, this is a arcade machine. So as soon as I get my shed, I can go crazy with my arcade machines. And this was a watch. They put watches in there, and I just use it to put all my Hot Wheels and Matchbox cars in there. As I said, it's a big, wide world out there, guys, with collecting. And you spend lots of money, but that's not the issue here. The big issue I've got is I run out of space. And as you know, I collect the dragster push bikes. Any old push bikes out there, if you live in Victoria, Melbourne, and you want to sell some old dragsters from the 70s, let the Chook Man know, and see if you can work out a good deal where you're happy and the chook man's happy. And to all my followers out there, thank you very much for following the Chook Man's channel. I hope I don't bore you too much. I just brought that from my partner. It's an old tin from the 70s. I'd say it's had needles in it and needle and cotton. That's what they used to put in these old tins back in the 70s, all the old ladies. But it's also a collectible tin. Then you've got more and more and more. You've got the Bratz Rolls Royce up there. And the yo-yos, I just got 2 more yo-yos for the collection. It's all memorabilia from the 70s. Which one did I get today? I got a Lifesaver one. And another one, yeah. But that's the first thing I'll be doing when I get my Wintat Slotto, is buying a big shed and decking it out into a man cave. Alright guys, that's enough of the Chook Man babbling on about his collection. But guys, if you haven't got any sort of hobbies and you suffer from PTSD like myself, get into collecting. It's good fun. It doesn't have to be, collectible cars or trucks or bikes. Collect whatever you want. Like I started collecting these Indian chimes, wind chimes. They're called dream catchers. They're supposed to take away all the evil spirits. And I've got every Easter egg my partner's ever given me since we've been together for 7 years, and I've got 7 Easter eggs, and I've got the dates on them too, what year I got them from. I'm sentimental when it comes to that sort of stuff, only because I spent many Easters out in the streets, and I missed out on lots of Easters. I missed out on lots of Christmas days. And so stuff like that, memorabilia, Easter eggs. Yeah, people say, oh, what would you want to collect them for? They go rotten. But it's the thought behind them that, there's a couple of car ones up there too. That was my last year's Easter egg she brought me. There's a couple of rippers up there. And this one here, it hasn't fallen to bits. It's gone all white. That's a Commodore. That's grouse. I've had that for a long time. That's the first one she ever gave me. Sophie gave me. Alright guys, have a good Easter and I'll talk to you soon. Check this out. This is the year 2000. It's a calendar for the Hot Wheels, and it's got all the Hot Wheels cars there, and I've probably got half of these cars here. I've probably got them. There they are, all up there. I put them all over my walls. Memorabilia. So it looks like a museum in here, but it's my bedroom, yeah? So if you go into the lounge room and look around, it's not just a lounge room, it looks like a museum. This is what I want to do to my man cave. Alright guys, have a great day and I'll talk to you all later.